Hey guys, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my week 2 of doing NaNoWriMo. And I hope the heater is not an irritant. I really don't know what's going to come up sound-wise of that. But we have a very cold north wind blowing and my room faces the north. So it often turns on the heater when the heater's not on. So I have to turn it on somewhat. And also, please ignore the giant scratch on my face. I realize it looks like a giant red beacon on my face, but, yeah, there's nothing much I can do about that. So, yeah, with all the caveats aside, and hopefully the heater isn't too annoying, we have, at least I have survived to week 2 of NaNoWriMo. It's the 17th, Thursday the 17th when I'm filming this, well, I did write some stuff. Well, I mean, yes, I added new stuff to the older stuff that I'm working on, because I'm rewriting some of the stuff I have already previously written. As I've mentioned before, I will post the, week 1 NaNoWriMo video in the description in case you guys missed it. And yeah, I have gotten somewhere. I'm nearing the end of that section. Unfortunately, I kind of just realized a giant thing I have forgotten to put in, but I'll get to that in a minute. But so far, I wrote through a whole section of, you know, rewriting and doing certain things, and wow, my brain. Okay. Sorry if this is all over the place. I'm just trying to kind of figure out how to say this. It has been going well. I will say that. I've had a few days where comparison tries to sneak in, or my inner critic wants to chime in his little opinion, and I don't appreciate his little opinion. So, it's been interesting trying to shut him up and trying to, you know, work past the comparison, but I've definitely been helped out by this, and God's definitely helping me through that, and had one really good day where I added a completely new scene, and it went really, really well, despite how nervous I got over it. So, it is definitely working out. Plot-wise, things are working out. I say that specifically because my issue is not with the plot currently, which is surprising because that has been my issue for a while now. But anyways, I've definitely done that. But I've technically only written so I think I posted my last week's video on the 11th. So I've only written 4 days. Yeah, and I'm on the 17th now. So I've missed 3 days of writing because I didn't get to it today either. So, yeah, time management has been an issue. I did have one really good day where I wrote for 2 hours. That one was a really good day, and yeah, I just have things going on. So, you know, life, can't necessarily plan a writing every day. And, well, let's see, I was gonna write Tuesday. But let's just say, well, where I live right now, there's actually some snow out, and it's been really cold, hence the cold wind earlier that I mentioned earlier. And so on Tuesday, after doing stuff in the barn, I slipped on some ice that was in the front of the garage, and I fell and smacked my hand on the cement floor of the garage. Yeah, that's not good. Thankfully, I was wearing my outdoor gloves, which are pretty thick, and I'm pretty sure my guardian angel has a giant bruise on his own hand, whatever he caught me with, because seriously, I probably could have broken my hand doing that. But thankfully, I did not. It just got really, really sore. Yeah, I mean, for obvious reasons, I literally smacked it on concrete. But thankfully, nothing is wrong with my hand. It's perfectly fine. And even the soreness is pretty much gone. I think some of the bones are just still sore. So yeah, I didn't write that day. And then I went and cleaned the house that day, which was stupid, but I had to get it done because I hadn't cleaned it the week before, because if you watched my last week's video, you know I wasn't feeling the greatest that week. So yeah, so I had to do that, but it wasn't really a good idea. So, that kind of put a monkey wrench in my plans because I was planning on writing Tuesday, so that didn't work. And then Wednesday, my family and I, we went to town, and that took literally all day. So no writing then. And today, we went grocery shopping nearby, and yeah, I just had to do some outside chores that couldn't do for the last 2 days because of said hand and being in town. So yeah, it was just a lot of catch-up work today. I still have some things to catch up on. I have to do a lot of other things, so which is why I didn't write today. I also had to film this video so I could post it tomorrow, Friday, for you guys. So yeah, there is that. So what I did write was pretty good. I am very happy with it. Aside from the few times of like twinges of comparison and just being a little bit more critical than I should be on a rough draft, I think it is going very well, especially for this book, because this book has been a pain in my butt forever. Yeah, it's just been a pain for a very long time, and yeah, I'm just very happy it's working out plot-wise. Yeah, until I think it was yesterday I realized this. My biggest issue now is the thing I discovered, which is my main characters don't have character arcs. Like, that's important. How could I forget that? But they don't. I mean, in my head they do, because in my head, and like I've even written down a few things of like, I know what they're like working towards in a character arc. You know, character arc is basically like they start at one place and then they're a different person by the end, whether good, positive, or negative, depending on what type of story you're writing. And I'm also building off of how much they have learned and grown from the first 2 books, because this is the 3rd book in a series. So, but for some reason, when I wrote the first, like, roughly 200 pages of this thing, I did not have a character arc for either one of my main characters. Why? Beats me. I have no idea why I forgot that. So now I have a choice of, do I just continue to go forward and weave in their character arcs as I go? Or do I go back to the beginning and start over and add in their character arcs? I don't want to do that. The second option, I really don't want to do that, because I have already started over this book. I kid you not, probably 7 times. Yeah, so I don't really want to do that. But, I mean, I know when I edit the thing, I'll do it anyways. But, yeah, there's just that angle, and do I really want to do that, or do I just want to push on with where I'm at and then just weave in their character arcs as I go, and then just, like, pretend they're in the beginning and just, like, I don't know, continue on from there? I'm not fully sure. I think I'm going to go with that option, just continue on and weave it in. But, yeah, I really don't want to go back to the beginning. I'm going to ask a writer friend's opinion on this and see what her take is on it. But I think as of now, I'm just going to push on. Yeah, I don't really know for sure, but yeah, because I really just don't want to go back. Yeah, it's, you know, I knew they had these arcs. I don't even know why I forgot about it. I think I was so focused on the plot wasn't working for so long that I forgot that the character arcs weren't working either. Yeah, I mean, basically for my one character, his arc, my male main character, Flynn, his arc is basically just a continuation of what I have built up in the first 2 books. Mainly his is kind of like on self-worth. Okay, that is really hard to say. But yeah, I think his is just pretty much a continuation from where I ended him in book 2, which he's at a pretty good place, so I kind of just have to do it differently. Yeah, I may need to review how I ended book 2 to see where he's at in his point. For Vienna, my main female character, her arc, I think, is pretty much going into like how to be a leader and like be a great leader and stuff for, you know, spoilery reasons. And yeah, I haven't been doing that as much. I mean, I've put in sprinkles of it here and there already, but it's not enough that it's a concrete thing. And I think that's why in some of my scenes, my story feels a little flat, because there's nothing there. It's just stuff happening. So yeah, that's a big thing to realize. But at least I'm not even at the halfway point yet, because I'm pretty sure I'm not even at the halfway point of this book. So there is that. It's just a little disappointing realizing you've worked this hard, it's kind of working out way better than it has been, and then you realize you missed like the giant glaring bright red neon sign that you should have been staring at the whole time. So, you know, I feel a little dumb. It's not a good feeling, and when I realized that, I was just like, oh no. Yeah, this is not something I want to keep doing, but at least I know the problem is there. The question is, what will I do with it now? I mean, aside from carrying on, I'm not just gonna quit the book. It's just more like, yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards more just pushing on and starting to add their character arcs in. Also, I've added in another element of like a prophecy, and I have no idea what that says either. Like I know the implications of what it is, but I don't know its wording. So that's fun, because that was a new part I added in last time before the whole hand debacle happened, and I had to stop for that. So, I have a lot of pieces that don't have complete answers to. I mean, that's kind of part of being a pantser. You kind of just write things as you go. But certain things, like character arcs, you kind of need to know that. I mean, and I do know it, I just don't know why I didn't put it in. Though I think part of the reason was I was trying to do several different types of things. Like, I wasn't fully sure that was their complete character arcs. I thought it was something else, but it's not. I'm coming to realize it's definitely the leadership and the self-worth, that word. We're just gonna call it S-worth now, because, or the worth issue, because yeah, that's just hard to say for some reason. So yeah, it's definitely not a good feeling, but at least I know it exists now, so I guess that's something. Yeah. So that's kind of my update. I've worked on some things really well. I injured myself and I'm doing great now. And my characters don't have arcs, and I need to fix it. So, if you're a writer and doing NaNoWriMo this year, or just any other writing project that you might be doing around this time, how are you guys doing? I sure hope your characters have arcs and that you don't realize that like 200 pages into your story if you write giant epics like I do. Yeah, let me know down below in the comments if you guys are doing NaNoWriMo or anything else you want to talk about my process, or ask, because, I mean, not my process, but just like my problems, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I am definitely going to be pushing on. And also just a early happy Thanksgiving to all my American followers. And whatever holiday you celebrate in other countries around this time, I don't know. Since Thanksgiving's gonna be next week, I have no idea what is gonna happen with that. Yeah, and I'm just gonna say this now. I don't know if I'm gonna have a bookish video up next week. I may just have the next NaNoWriMo video. I don't know. My video schedule is a little weird right now, along with everything else. So, just gonna let you know right now, I may not have a bookish video up next week, but I should have my next NaNoWriMo update next week. So, you'll still get a video. It just won't be bookish related. But yeah, I will carry on with my writing, and if you're doing any writing too, you carry on too, because I'm sure whatever you're writing is great, even if it doesn't look that way right now. it will in the future because there's always editing and rewriting you can do. Yeah, so thanks so much you guys for watching and for listening to me ramble about my problems with writing, and hopefully this will be better by next week. So yeah, thanks so much for watching you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!